Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show as usual with your host Ram today. And we know there are no test matches or one-day internationals being played today, but yes, there is some cricket being played today. And first what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the traditional curtain raiser match which was played between the Prime Minister's 11 versus the West Indies, and this was a day-night match which was played at the Manco Oval in Canberra. Now, as you know, this is the traditional curtain raiser that is played in Australia, where the hopefuls, a team which comprises of lots of Australian hopefuls who would probably in the future playing in some either test matches, one-day matches, or any of those international matches. So basically this is a curtain raiser, as you know. Those who don't know, well, in Australia, whenever any team lands in Australia, the first thing that first thing that the opposition plays is the Prime Minister's 11, and that was the traditional curtain raiser which was played, and it resulted in a very good victory for the Prime Minister's 11 by 23 runs. And as you know, West Indies are in Australia to play 5 one-day internationals. This is the one which was not played when actually West Indies toured Australia. So this was something in the balance. So the 5 one-day internationals are going to be completed. So that's the precise reason the West Indians are in. And this particular match, well, it was a very high-scoring match. It was lots of excitement. The match was pretty exciting. In fact, Prime Minister's 11 were the ones who batted first. I racked up 333 for 6 of 50 overs. A very easy pitch to bat on. The ball was nicely coming onto the bat, and the batsmen could really, unveil their range of strokes. They could really lean into their strokes, and they could actually play the strokes with gay abandon. And that's what precisely the Prime Minister's 11 did. 333 for 6. As I said, this particular team consists of a lot of Australian hopefuls for the future. Usman Khawaja, well, he made 69 of 81 balls with 9 fours. As you know, he's already played some international matches for Australia. Now, the other person who was pretty impressive was Alex Doolan. Now, Alex Doolan is another one who is knocking on the doors of Australian cricket. He's supposed to be a very good stroke player, and well, he definitely, really. He did something of note by scoring 87 of 98 balls with 6 fours and 1 6. Dean made 51 of 40 balls, 8 fours and 2 sixes. Ricky Ponting was the captain of the Prime Minister's 11. Unfortunately, he was out for just 15. He was bowled by Sunil Narine. Now, let me tell you, in a day when, if you look at the scoreboard of the Prime Minister's 11, they had 333 for 6 on the board of 50 overs. As I said, it was very easy to bat on, but one bowler who really stood out was Sunil Narine, who bowled superbly, lots of variations, 10 overs, 2 maidens, 32 runs and 2 wickets. What splendid bowling analysis. As I said, everyone went for runs. If you look at the bowling figures, Tino Best 10 overs cost him 84 runs and a wicket. Darren Sammy 9 overs cost him 72 runs without a wicket. Russell bowled 3.4 overs, no maiden, none for 22. Darren Bravo 10 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 75. Charles bowled 2 balls which went for 3 runs. Kieron Pollard 7 overs, no maiden, 2 for 37. And look at Sunil Narine's figures: 10 overs, 2 maidens, 32 runs. He bowled 2 maidens, 32 runs, and he also got 2 wickets. He took the wicket of, very prized wicket of Ricky Ponting. Was clean bowled by Narine for 15, and then he had Hanscom for duck. And then Brad Haddin contributed 39 of 28 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. Faulkner, James Faulkner, was the real hero in this particular match, where Prime Minister's 11 won by 23 runs. First, he went and knocked 44 runs of just 28 balls, and unbeaten 44 of just 28 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes. You know, Faulkner played in the match against the other match that they played, like Australia were taking on Sri Lanka. As he played in that particular last one-day international. So 44 not out of 28 balls, 4 fours and 2 sixes. That is what he did with the bat, and the Prime Minister's 11 finished with 333 for 3. But more was to come from James Faulkner as he started coming in and bowling well with the ball too. In fact, he had figures of 10 overs, 1 maiden, 54 runs and 4 wickets, and that fetched him the Man of the Match award. And let me tell you, the West Indians were also, as I said, it was a very good batting pitch. So it was a good high-scoring match. West Indies really matched Australia in fact they were bowled out for 310. So in the end, in reply to 333, West Indies notched up 310. They were only separated by 23 runs, and they lost the match to the Prime Minister's 11. Now, as far as West Indies were concerned, Johnson Charles was run out for 34 of 32 balls with 2 fours and 2 six. He was the one who opened the innings with Kieron Powell. Kieron Powell retired hurt. He made a very good 92 of 97 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes. Sarwan, who came into the West Indies team, as I said, he is making a comeback. He contributed 63 of 83 balls with 4 fours. But the only person who kept in fact, Darren Bravo, the brothers failed. Darren Bravo was out for 6. Dwayne Bravo was out for 18. Kieron Pollard and Sammy also failed, contributing only 2 and 3 respectively. But Andre Russell really got into some good form here with some good big hitting, and he was the sole hope. As far as Andre Russell was there, hope was there for West Indies. But when Andre Russell, after making 54 of 24 balls with 3 fours and 5 sixes departed, it was all over for the West Indies, as Darren Thomas was out for 4, Sunil Narine was not out for 7, Tino Best was out for 2, 310 all out for the West Indians. As that Faulkner was the best of the lot, 10 overs unbeaten, 54 runs and 4 wickets, also fetched him the Man of the Match award for his fine all-round performance. Alistair McDermott, the son of former pace bowler and coach Craig McDermott, 10 overs no maiden, 2 for 63. G.S. Sandhu, 9 overs went for 59 runs for him. And Alan Turner is the right arm spinner there, left armer I suppose, and he bowled 10 overs no maiden, 1 for 62. And Fawad Ahmed is the right arm leg spinner. He has become an Australian citizen. Fawad Ahmed, 10 overs no maiden, 1 for 61, born in Pakistan, and has become an Australian citizen. 10 overs no maiden, 1 for 61 for Fawad Ahmed, and that was it. So the Prime Minister's 11 clinching that victory by 23 runs. So the first match of the West Indies versus Australian tour has started, and Prime Minister's 11 has put it across the West Indians. Well, now what I'm going to do is we are going to have a look at the brief scores in the Bangladesh Premier League. Today we had the first match, which was played between the Dhaka Gladiators and Sylhet Royals. Now, Sylhet Royals have not had a single loss in this particular tournament. They have been doing a pretty good job. They have been the ones who have been absolutely unbeaten in this particular tournament. They have been pretty strong. But today they met their defeat, their first defeat in this Bangladesh Premier League, when they lost to the Dhaka Gladiators by 31 runs. Dhaka Gladiators were the one who batted first, making 158 for 5 batting first. Josh Cobb, the opener, contributed 29 of 23 balls with 1 4 and 2 sixes. There were contributions from Wahid Shah, 22 of 27 balls, only 1 6 there. Stevens contributed a very punishing 55 of 35 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes. Anamul Haq cracked 32 of just 18 deliveries, 1 4 and 3 sixes, and the score reached 158 for 5. Shakib Al Hasan was run out for 2. Ashraful only made 14 of 10 balls with 2 fours. Other than that, 158 for 5 was the score that Dhaka Gladiators had on the board. The bowling figures, nothing really to read into. Nazmul Hussain, 1 over bowled for 10 runs. He never bowled in that particular match. Sulaiman Ben, 4 overs, 1 for 23. He's a left arm spinner from West Indies. Mohammad Nabi from Afghanistan, 4 overs, 1 for 43 for him. Shubha, 4 overs, none for 27, bowled economically. Sohag Ghazi bowled 4 overs, 1 for 25. Mominul Haq, 1 for 19, and none for 9 for D.R. Smith. Sylhet Royals, 127 for 8. They couldn't really keep pace with the total, and they started losing wickets at regular intervals. The Dhaka Gladiators winning the match by 31 runs. They were restricted to 127 for 8 by the Dhaka Gladiators. As far as Sylhet Royals were concerned, the top 3 failed. Dwayne Smith was out for 7. Peter Sterling was out for just 1. Mominul Haq only made 1. Mushfiqur Rahim was the highest with 41 of 37 balls with 5 fours. Other contributions, Chigumbra the other day, who played a winning knock yesterday, could contribute only 25 of 30 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and thus the innings really ended for the Sylhet Royals, 127 for 8. 2 for 12 for Alfonso Thomas, 2 for 33 for Sajlain Shakib. Liddell, 4 overs, none for 33, none for 27 for Shakib Al Hasan, and Stevens of Dhaka Gladiators got the Man of the Match award. Now, that is the first match which happened, and then there was one more match which happened. which was played between the Rangpur Riders and Khulna Royal Bengals. It was a very low-scoring match, but Rangpur Riders prevailed over the Khulna Royal Bengals by 33 runs. In fact, they made only 122 of their 20 overs, and then they routed they got the Khulna Royal Bengals all out for 89 to win the match by 33 runs. Rangpur Riders, they had contributions coming in from Hayat, who made Danza Hayat, who made 23 of 26 balls with 3 fours, 21 coming from Cameron Borgas of 11 balls with 3 fours and 1 6, 21 from Nasir Hussain of just 19 deliveries, 2 fours, and Kevin O'Brien had an unbeaten 24 of just 30 deliveries with 1 4. Other than that, they had a lot of single figures in their innings. 122 all out was the final score for the Rangpur Riders. As far as the wickets were concerned, it was there were 3 for 22 for Harris. 4 was no made and 3 for 22. After that, the wickets were shared equally by Farhad Reza, Shapur Zadran, Asif Ahmed, Badri, and Sanjamul Islam, who took 1 wicket apiece. As far as Khulna Royal Bengals were concerned, they were all out for 89. There were only 5 persons who actually reached double figures. Shahriar Nafiz with 14, Mizanur Rahman with 15, Vessels made 11, Harris made 15, Asif Ahmed made 19. Other than that, there were only single figure knocks for the other batsmen. 89 all out Khulna Royal Bengals. Friedel Edwards was the man of the match for his brilliant blistering bowling there. 3.4 overs, no maiden, 11 runs on 4 wickets. Nasir Hussain 1 for 14. Abdul Razak had 3 for 21. 1 wicket shared between Mohammad Sharif and Kevin O'Brien, and that was it. Friedel Edwards was named man of the match, and those were the matches today that were played in the Bangladesh Premier League. Now, dear fans, just have some enough time on this broadcast to just talk about some cricket news. Yes, some news which is coming up, as you know. Friday is the one we are looking for, because Friday is the one where Pakistan and South Africa will be clashing in the first test match of the series. That's on the 1st of February, where they'll be clashing in the first test match. And what a proud moment it would be for the South African captain, Graham Smith, because he will be stepping into the ground as the 100th into the ground as taking his 100th test as the captain of the South African team. And what a player Graham Smith has been. At the age of 22, he came into South African cricket. The South African selectors showed a lot of confidence in him, got him as the skipper. They made him the skipper at the age of 22, and what yeoman service he has done for South African cricket. He will be stepping into the stadium to play his 100th test as captain of South Africa. And as you know, in the stewardship of Graham Smith, the captain of South Africa, have really prospered. They have really been a force to reckon with in world cricket. Now, the other thing, the only thing probably Graham Smith would have missed as a captain would have been that South Africa never won a World Cup final. They never came into a World Cup final, so that is something that they would like to do in the future. Good luck to Graham Smith and his team there. And then we also have on Friday the first one-day international, which is going to be played, and that is between West Indies and Australia. The first one-day international, 1st of February 2013. It would be played at the WACA ground in Perth. So that is another match coming up. So we have 2 matches coming up then. Other than that, there's not much cricket to be played right now. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, one more thing before I go. As you know, Sanat Jayasuriya, the former big hitter of the ball, as you know, he was a very prolific run getter for Sri Lanka in one-day internationals. He has been named the chairman of selectors for Sri Lanka, and he has been given an indefinite term. So the Sri Lankan cricket setup is being totally revamped. There are a lot of players who've been inducted, and news is also there that Bandula Varnapura, the former batsman of Sri Lanka, would become the new CEO of the Sri Lankan Cricket Board. Well, on that note, dear fans, friends and subscribers, your host Ram is ending this Cricket Happening show, and I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.